Okay, so you've got 5 more minutes, so you got 10 instead of 5, and you want to take your look to a more polished, more done look. All I'm gonna do to take her one step further, make her a little more defined, a little more polished, is line her eyes, add a contour color, and make her lips more precisely defined with a lipstick and lip liner. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna line her eyes with a black pencil, because if I'm gonna have a party, I'm gonna have a big one. And so today we're having a big party, we're going for black. So I'm doing little dashes, connecting them as I go out to the outer corner. Now I'm going to take my number 40 brush and I'm going to lay dark shadow right over that liner to set it. The great thing about this brush is the width of it. You just have to lay it on top of it and barely pull up. You can see how much that's already defining her eyes. Now, because I don't want to mess up underneath her eye, I'm going to just lay a little powder so that when I put her next shade of shadow on, whatever drips I can just brush off. I'm going to take my number 30 brush, I'm going to take a rusty shade of shadow, and I'm going to apply it as my accent color. Concentrating it more in the outer corners at the lash line. Remember, I'm patting my color on with my color brush, blending it out with my number 28 big fluffy brush. That way you get a perfect blend. If you were to try to blend with the brush you apply color with, you would actually just muddy up the eye. Taking my number 30 brush, laying the color on. Taking my number 28 brush, blending it out. That's how I get that perfect blend. But you can see where I put the color. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of that contour color, my number 13 brush, look up, I'm going to go right underneath the eye for definition. Now all I have to do, as you can see all that shadow that dripped, is take my brush, brush away that powder, and I have a clean, messed up under eye area. Now, I'm going to blot off her gloss. First thing I'm going to do is just take a very subtle nude liner, because I want her lips to still be soft in color. And take that soft nude liner, and I'm just going to lightly line her lips. And I always fill in at least a third of the way into the lip. That way if her lip color wears off, she's not left with just liner on the outside. Then I'm going to take my lip brush. I'm going to blend that liner out. You never want to just leave the liner as you applied it. You always want to blend it out. Take a nice nude lipstick. You'll notice too, by using my liner in the outer third of the lip, from the edge to the center and leaving the center without, it's gonna naturally, not that Alex needs this help, it's gonna naturally make them look a little fuller and more puckered because the inside of the lip will stay lighter than the outer edges of the lip. And because I have half a second left of my 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and add a pop of blush on the apples. Smile for me, apples of Alex's cheeks. Remember, I bronzed earlier, so I've got that to back up the color.